Good morning. This is Dina Marie, host of Faith Moments and the voice of the shepherd, with a special Rosary Bowl moment on Mater Dei Radio. On Saturday, October 1st, the Catholic family of Western Oregon and Southwest Washington is invited to come and pray together during the 16th annual Rosary Bowl Northwest in Salem. The core mission of this annual event is to inspire families to pray together and promote a deeper devotion to Mary, the Mother of God, while also praying the daily family rosary. With me today to speak about the importance of family prayer and a devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary is Deacon James Thurman. Deacon James serves at St. Joseph Catholic Church in Salem. He's the organizer of the Holy League Catholic Men's Conference, and he will be with us again this year for the Rosary Bowl. Good morning, Deacon James. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I know since the very beginning of the Rosary Bowl, we've seen you and your family has kind of grown up through the Rosary Bowl. And I wanted to ask you, as a husband, as a father, and now as a deacon serving in the church, just the role of prayer and our Catholic faith, how that's really played a significant part in your own life.
Well, particularly the Blessed Mother has always been there, bringing me and my family closer to our faith and closer to our Lord. That's been my personal faith journey that I hope to share on the Rosary Bowl day. But the Rosary Bowl has been important in our own life, and as a family, we go there and be inspired. And early on in my own faith journey, I've these conferences where we get together as people of faith. I have just again and again been inspired, going back to Marian conferences early in my own life, and started a very deep devotion to our Blessed Mother, and she truly brought me to her Son and true belief in the Eucharist and understanding of the faith that I grew up in, and so I hope to, and I have been feeding that spirituality to my own family and my children.
Right. We're talking with Deacon James Thurman. He will be with us at the Rosary Bowl this year, October 1st this year, the feast of St. Therese of Lisieux. We're going to celebrate her and the mighty saints who guide us, who lead us closer to Jesus through the hands and the heart of Mary. All the information about our event this year is at rosarybowlnw.org. So we've got a lot of great information for you. And Deacon is going to join us by sharing during the afternoon, which is going to be such a great blessing. Deacon, having a young family, we were just talking before we started on this program. The kids are back at school and it's a busy time. And so there's a lot of things pulling for the attention of our families these days. How do we keep focused? How do you keep focused and try to with your wife to stay focused to put faith and family first?
Well, you really have to have, as I like to call it, a rule of life. Um, we all have our own spirituality uh, in each family, with our own devotions and way of life. But we really, truly need to stay close to the sacraments to get us through these tumultuous times in a counter cultural world we live in. And tumultuous times in the church and in the world, and it's to be brave, be courageous, and to stay zealous for our Lord and Our Lady. We have to be fed with the sacraments regularly, and that's what is really the center of um, my own family's life, is just regular going to communion, receiving the Holy Eucharist as often throughout the week, to family confession, going to confession together, um, and praying the rosary together daily. It's just so important to help us grow in the virtues, grow in grace, stay close to our Blessed Mother, because her own mission is just to bring us close to her Son.
Right. And that is, I love it. To Jesus through Mary. It's a package deal. His heart, her heart, her immaculate heart, our Lord's sacred heart, they beat together. They beat as one. And so we really put our attention on Jesus when we love his mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary. Deacon, you mentioned just praying the rosary as a family, and you've got from 3 to 12-year-old in your home. And so how do you keep just kind of focused and just different ways in which your family embraces the rosary, maybe different ways that you pray to meditate and to really keep focused during that time of prayer?
Well, throughout the day starts with prayer and ends with prayer. And the family, the kids are used to praying the Angelus, like when we start the day and we get up and start at breakfast to the end of the day, where we'll pray the Angelus as well as praying the Rosary together. But and these little devotions that go throughout the day, are sprinkled throughout the day, always remind us of what our Lord has done for us. Um, our Lady is always close by us. Our guardian angels are close by us. And so having a routine is what we have. That's what we really need to have. To have it in the morning, have something in the afternoon, and always have together prayer time as a family. Some night prayer, close with the Salve Regina before we all go to bed and their homework is done. Um, it's just it's normal, and they have to be used to that. This is to as pray without ceasing, as St. Paul says. You really just have to sprinkle it throughout your day, so you never are too far from thinking of our Lord and meditating on the Gospels.
Right. Deacon James Thurman with us again, St. Joseph's Catholic Church in the Salem area. And Deacon, I know you're also serving our Knights of Columbus and their spiritual needs. Give us a sense of how you're connected with our Oregon State Knights of Columbus.
Well, I've been a knight for 20 or plus years or so, going back to when I was in active duty in the Army. And just recently, Ray Prom has asked me to be the faith director of the state of Oregon, and working with the state deputies. And so I thought it was fitting. I think it would complement my men's ministry that I'm involved with the annual conference, and promoting men's Holy League holy hours across the archdiocese. And so it helps, and it complements what I've been doing. And it's a very new role. I've just been a few months into it, but I'm people know who I am, and and a lot of knights are very involved with supporting and going to the men's conference. And so it's something I'm learning to do, but it's the main thing is really encouraging men's spirituality and bringing the most important thing to the center of the Knights of Columbus, which is we are men of prayer.
Mm. And that is so important. I know for the Rosary Bowl, the Knights of Columbus have always been there, from the fourth degree to all of the volunteers, the various councils throughout the state. I mean, really, it's been so great to have that cooperation of our Catholic family. And so we're really just are so grateful for the dedication and, again, the prayer witness of those men of the Knights of Columbus. Deacon James Thurman with us here on Monterey Radio as we are sharing about the Rosary Bowl coming up. Deacon's going to be our afternoon speaker at 2 o'clock in the auditorium at the East Salem Community Center. It's right in the heart of Salem off of Market Street. It's easy to find next to Blanchette Catholic School, for those of you familiar to the Salem area. And we are really looking forward to having all of you join us on that first Saturday of the month of the Rosary, October 1, 2022. Deacon, I'm coming up to a break. Can you hold on and we will continue our conversation after the break?
Sure.